still see the vision of His Excellency still clear and good for the young people?
I asked you, who has a better vision among the presidential candidates? And what is that vision? Because President Museveni's leadership has been very clear. If we are talking in terms of infrastructure development, isn't it happening? And you're seeing a lot of transformation in the country. If we are talking about economic empowerment, isn't it thriving? And you're seeing lives changing.
Praise Property Consult Fabakugu mukugula n'okutunda ettaka. Tulina ettaka ku nguudo zonna ezifuluma ekibuga nga Bwakisogobero, Kachiri, Nampunge, Nkowe, Entebbe Sisa, etunudde mu nnyanja Victoria, Bombo Road Matuga, Mitiyana Road, Buloba, Bujuuko, Kitalya, Masaka Road, Nsanji, Katende, n'Empigi. Proti zaffe zonna za ssente ensaamusaamu okutandika ku miliyoni emu nga bw'ogula ecapa ku mmeeza. Praise Property Consult tutunda n'okugula mayumba. Tupunta ettaka okukolera ku biwandiiko n'ebyapa. Tulina abakugu mu ttaka ku namba y'essimu noti 7 noti 6 14 7 noti 6 ne noti 783 42 19 18 yaffe Praise Property Consult.
Constitution is 18 to 30 years old. From there, when we got into office, we also found the president had an initiative of skilling under State House. By then, Madame Nachobe was the one who was still the State House controller. The skilling initiative was under them, but it was only in the central, in Kampala. We advocated for him to do regional skilling hubs, which government has now put up in every sub-region. So we have 18 skilling hubs across the country, which take in 50 young people per district every 6 months. We also put in place the startup bill, which is in the pipeline. It was put forth, it was supposed to be tabled by the Honorable Okot Boniface, who is the youth MP for Northern Uganda. But then we later on harmonized with government, and government took it up. And that is going to initiate a situation where government gives young enterprises, innovations, startup, where they have an environment that can enable them to be strengthened to live to see their first birthday. Because one of the greatest challenges young people face in this country is not being short of ideas, not at all, but the implementation of them. Most young enterprises would not live beyond 2 years. And our question was, where is this coming from? We were also able to amend the PPDA Act, which is for local governments. At local government level, we also instituted it by law that 30% of all local government contracts go to young people. And that is happening in every district in Uganda. By the time I was appointed minister, I was pushing for a law also on sexual reproductive health and rights. And we were advocating for government to conclude on the education health policy, which is now in its final stages. But I was pushing for ordinances to be instituted in every district, for every school to have a sexual reproductive health and rights club, which would be a convening center for knowledge sharing, for information, for these young people. And that was mainly to target the high rates of school dropouts that we have, the rampant teenage pregnancies, especially in the different rural areas, and just to see how best we can support girls and boys to be in the same environment and complete a decent education. Away from that, we've also had very many achievements with young leaders in terms of capacity building, in terms of seeing that we instill leadership and patriotism in them. But unemployment is not a Ugandan problem, is it? No, it's a global problem. And unemployment will never, I don't think will ever strike a balance where you now have a situation where people are no longer talking about unemployment anywhere. The issue that we have actually most in Uganda might not necessarily be unemployment, because Uganda is one of those countries where there are thousands of opportunities. A young person in Uganda might not have 100 shillings today, and then in 6 months they are a millionaire. You cannot find that in any other country in the world, nowhere. What we struggle most from in Uganda is under unemployment. The fact that someone can get something to do, but the payment is not worth them being able to fend for life and meet the standards of living.
My fellows are also saying if you could mix some Uganda.
And then the second issue we have is the quality of our skill force. You find that we still have very low ratings when it comes to our labor force. It is very hard for Ugandan young people to be viably competitive with other labor skill force. It's even evident right here in the country. Look around, the most basic skills that you would think you would be complaining and saying, oh, our young people should be doing this. Look at our biggest hotels in the country. You will find Kenyans are the ones running them. Indians, because people are very, very particular about the quality, what is there to offer. And that is why government has taken it very seriously to promote the TVET system, to see that we get to polish the skills of the young people right from when they are in school. Then on the issue of underemployment, we are still pushing the president for minimum wage. Because whether we like it or not, now that we were able to reach middle income status, eventually we shall need it as a country. And I think once those two are sorted, you can be certain that young people will be thriving in different fields, because they are very brilliant, they are innovative, they have their ideas, they just need an environment that will enable them strengthen the implementation of those ideas.
Okay, we're still flying out more of our fellow youths to Arab countries to look for jobs. Yet a minister is here telling us that we have a lot of opportunities in a country like Uganda. What are some of those opportunities that youths are supposed to look at before flying out of the country for jobs?
When it comes to young people, there is no limitation to opportunities. You cannot say that young people should only look at a particular area. No, every avenue in Uganda, even when it comes to politics, it is open to the young people, which you might never find in other countries. In other countries, you will not find a young person running for president. Constitutionally, it's not allowed. In Uganda, in the 11th parliament, we have about 40% of the members of parliament being young people.
Yeah.
Most of them are ably vibrant. So we cannot put a gauge and say this is the criteria that young people should be looking at. All avenues are open. What we advocate the young people to do is to make themselves ready, equip themselves with the right skill, and ensure that you can ably compete. Because personally, I have witnessed disappointments in different avenues. You find young persons getting opportunities, and they can barely take up the opportunity because they were never ready. Yes, there are opportunities that will pass by because they need particular qualities that they are looking for, and the young person does not present them. And that is why even as youth members of parliament, we were the very first to come against the notion of experience during job adverts. Because if you're going to advertise for a job and you want experience of 10 years or 15 or 20 years, you've automatically locked out a young person.
Someone who has just come out of campus.
Exactly. And we are saying, look at competence. This person is probably bringing in new ideas. This person is probably bringing in a new format of work that will enable you achieve much more results than you would get from experience. can you help build this person, and you also tap into their different attributes that they bring on table, and see that you either build a stronger company, or you build a stronger whatever position or title that is there. Now, one of the challenges I was telling you about not being prepared is, for instance, in the mineral sector, oil and gas. We still are struggling for now. If you look at how many Ugandan companies, yes, that should be a young sector. How many Ugandan companies are in tier one? You'll find only like one or two. And yet those are open opportunities for us as young people. If you're looking for young geologists, you're looking for young petroleum engineers, there are very few. And the ones who exist right now cannot fill all the vacancies that are there. You'll find that we'll end up flying in expertise from outside of the country to come and fill the space that we need right now. So we are encouraging young people, look out for these opportunities and see how best you can fit yourself to be the best candidate to always take up that space.
Ladies and gentlemen, I forgot to inform you that she's the NRM flag bearer of Nebbi district. Congratulations upon that.
Thank you.
Percentage gye wawangulirako yali a bit high. Ate nga incumbent aliyo wa NRM. Someone told me since I'm Uganda, I don't know whether you somehow good in Uganda.
I'll try. I speak Luganda, but for Mbozi, I cannot express myself fluently in Luganda.
Okay. But then njogera kucha being the flag bearer of NRM in this district. Wasobola otya okukuba opponent wo ate nga incumbent?
I don't know. I cannot say that nasobola like this and like this, but we put in the hard work. Our message was very clear. We presented our manifesto to the people, and I think they weighed options, and so that this is a much better leader that we would go with for now.
Your choice of supporting His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. Abamu wabuka bwe bagamba nti akadde atuso okuwumula ente bagireka abato, and the rest tulinamu fellow youths like you. Lwaki tewayinga to support fellow youths no gain to support?
Which of the young people do you know have a better vision than President Museveni? Tell me one.
I have some good contestants abali mu race.
Which one, and what is their vision that you think could convince me to support them over President Museveni?
What are some of the visions zotunulire wa His Excellency?
President Museveni's vision has been very clear. Yes, transforming Uganda into a country that is economically independent and self-relying on its own. The gradual growth of Uganda is very evident. Don't you see growth in Uganda?
I see, they see.
Yes. Now, if you see it and I see it, it is upon us to convince the rest who don't see it to see it. You see, politics cannot be left to chance. It is not a matter of excitement to say because President Museveni is much older in terms of age that you can just rubbish him off. The question is, what is your vision for Uganda? Is your vision actually ideal or is it realistic? When we are talking about Uganda and President Museveni, we are talking about Uganda, where it has come from, Uganda where we are now, and Uganda where we are going. So for you, who is challenging, what are you saying?
So you still see the vision of His Excellency is still clear and good for the young people?
I asked you, who has a better vision among the presidential candidates? And what is that vision? Because President Museveni's leadership has been very clear. If we are talking in terms of infrastructure development, isn't it happening? Aren't you seeing a lot of transformation in the country? If we are talking about economic empowerment, isn't it thriving? Aren't you seeing lives changing and household income improving at grassroots level through the parish development model and many other government initiatives. If we are talking about education, what is the literacy rate of Uganda right now? So then what are you challenging?
Particularly, let's move to Nebbi.
And that is before even we talk about peace and security, by the way.
That's obvious. Let's talk about Nebbi.
No, it is not obvious. How many countries have as much peace and security as Uganda has? It is not obvious. It is not. Can you guarantee us that whichever young candidate is running for presidency in Uganda can uphold the same peace and security that we have?
That's because they are not tested.
No. How many times are we going to test you? President Museveni did not come in as an 81-year-old. He came in his 30s. The vision has always been clear.
Comparison is not okay. Comparison is not okay for other candidates because they have not gotten any chance to lead like His Excellency.
But what is politics without comparison? I thought that is the whole point of democracy. The fact that you can present your ideas and then we get to gauge. Which other term would you use other than comparison?
Let's talk about Nebbi as a district. What are some of the achievements of the NRM government for the time it has been in power?
The time it has been in power would be so long because like you had the president yesterday at his rally. There was a time in this country when there were only 6 A-level schools in the whole country. 3 for girls, 3 for boys. But right now, Nebbi alone has numerous A-level schools. Nebbi alone has very many schools that are thriving in education. But as we are now where we are at now, the achievements that we are celebrating are the milestones that we think are going to take the district to a much higher level. Government was able to give us an industrial park, which is actually on my village, Umvoro, and it's going to be one of those industrial parks that is prioritized in the next financial year. So that alone is going to come with a lot of economic growth, employment opportunities. It's going to come with market opening across the borders to South Sudan, to Congo. It's going to come with a lot of infrastructure development. Last year, we officially connected West Nile to the national grid when the president came and commissioned Nebbi substation. We now have stability of power. There's a lot of business growth that has been registered in the past 1 year. Now we are looking at extending this electrification to the other sub-counties that have not yet gotten power, to see that all schools, health centers, trading centers are connected.
Besides just that, what are some of...
And also we have been able to secure $20 million from Badea that is going to construct the Nebbi Goli Road. 16 kilometers of that road is going to be tarmacked, and that is starting immediately next month.
Besides the achievements, what are some of the things that President should start with immediately when he goes?
Some of the things that we want him to start with is we want our Nebbi General Hospital to be upgraded to a regional referral hospital in the region, because it is one of those traditional hospitals that we have in the country. We also want, we have 16 sub-counties. Out of the 16, 10 have health center 3s as per government policy. The remaining 6 that don't have health center 3s, we are looking at having them get their health center 3s in the next coming years. We also still want to strengthen much more when it comes to education. We have already been able to lobby a technical school, though we already have many private ones in the district, but now we are putting in place a government one that will help us equip our young people much more. When it comes to economic empowerment, we are doing quite well, because for us as leaders, we have even been able to support the people in terms of economic empowerment, and that is just to add on to the efforts of government. Because I believe leadership does not just wait on government alone. we are supposed to hold our hands and see how best we strengthen every initiative that government has. So for us in Nebbi, the PDM money, as it comes at parish level, we even have village circles. A village, 641 villages across Nebbi. And as we speak now, I started that initiative of the village circles. As we speak now, the target is for every village circle to have a minimum of 10 million shillings in their account. And that would be 6.4 billion. Now, that is money that is not for their personal economic empowerment necessarily, but it is money for helping us change the face of our villages, because we want our village people to be able to have cash at hand when a borehole is spoiled. We want them to be able to maintain a community road.
So it's free money. They are not supposed to take it back after using it.
It's a circle. Which circle do you know that is free money? I just said circle. Yeah, it's a village circle. So it's a revolving fund around the village that only members of that village can access. Yes. And they are growing it very well. As we speak now, most villages have 3 million, 4 million. And I set a target for them. I said every village account should have 10 million shillings as a minimum of standing balance. And above that, they get to grow economically. But the most important thing is that you see that the need for access to affordable credit is being solved, which has been one of the greatest challenges for our rural people. If a farmer is on season and they needed to access seedlings of 500,000, now they can easily get that money without having to indulge in high interest loans and everything that comes with that. Has it impacted the people of Nebbi alone? I think my position as
I'm zeroing it down to Nebbi because I'm in your region and I'm in your district, so probably I need to push the information here to the rest of the country.
Yes, that's okay. I was saying my position, my appointment as minister, I think not myself alone, because President Museveni has appointed quite some other young people as well. My sister, the Honorable Liliana Bear, is also a young person. There is the Honorable Diana Mutasingwa, is also a young person. There is Honorable, what's the Honorable Kakumi's name? His name is running. There is Honorable Martin, the Minister for Tourism. They are fairly young people, though of course I'm the youngest among them. So I think these appointments have come with a lot of hope for the young people across the country. It's been pleasant to see the enthusiasm that young people are presenting. Yeah? They now feel like, yes, we are now part of leadership and our voices can ably contribute to the development of this country. They feel like impactful participation now makes sense. That yes, you can be certain there will be young people in cabinet who will debate issues of national importance from a lens of young people. When it comes to Nebbi here, it was very joyous to have the appointment, because from Nebbi district particularly, it's been 20 years since there was a ministerial appointment. Yes, and I think I would be the third minister from Nebbi and the first female.
Hey, I have this question. Hey, kyali mbululu kati sizagenda kufika ekyo. Garanti ki gy'owa muzeeyi, percentage ki gy'omuwa gy'agenda okujja wano mu Nebbi?
The guarantee, the number one guarantee,
yes,
is that Museveni will win Nebbi. No any other candidate can win Nebbi.
I've not seen any other posters in any other color. Why is it like that?
And you will not see, because the support is not there. And for us, we are very honest people. We don't know how to lie. We start putting up your posters now, we don't support you.
Are you trying to say that Museveni is unopposed in this region?
Nebbi is from Museveni. I can't say unopposed because we are living in a multi-party system. there are other candidates, and it's a democratic process. You will find someone, an individual, casting their vote for another, but the majority, the greater good in Nebbi is voting for President Museveni.
But do you think these campaigns are free and fair?
Do you think they are
Are
not?
the candidates treated fairly?
Do you think they are not? Is there a
I don't
candidate
want to
that
say that they are not, but I've seen a different candidates complaining.
do you know what's funny? Is that me, I am among those people that don't even follow any other candidates' campaigns because I feel like they have nothing that I should listen to. I only follow Museveni's trail all through. I know where Museveni is going to be the next day, the time, the district. If I can and my ministry schedule is not binding, I will go and support him. I don't even know who is where the opponent is. Like, that is how much of I think they have nothing to offer. I honestly don't know. I wouldn't lie to
dropping
you
names.
that I
Some
don't.
candidates like Chagulanyi last time I was blocked from using the way to where he's supposed to go and campaign from. Is that fair?
Using the way how?
Like using the main road, bali bamusumbuwadde n'oyiteeno nga bammalira obuddo atuuke ereere. Is that being fair?
What do you mean? Bali bamusumbuwa?
Oh, they were disturbing him.
They stopped him from reaching where he wanted to go.
Yes.
And he didn't campaign there.
But he reached late.
Who stopped him?
The police and security.
Then you should ask the police. I am not a police officer. I am not a police officer. I cannot speak for the police. I don't know what reasons they had, whatever was happening there on the ground. Me, I am a leader in other aspects.
Okay, before I give my fellows opportunities to ask questions, why should people of Nebbi vote for Hon Phiona Nyamutoro?
The people of Nebbi already know. My manifesto is very clear to them and they sing it off head. Did you hear them yesterday in the field?
Yes.
I don't have to resound it. They know already why they should vote for Phiona Nyamutoro. That's why they named me the light of Nebbi, Lerupa Nebbi.
Ladies and gentlemen, I didn't move alone. I'm putting on this silent majority jacket.
And Patriotic League of Uganda.
Yes, we are a team, a media team, and my brothers are behind.
My choice for district woman member of parliament was very intentional. I did not want to leave out anyone in my district. If I'd gone for a constituency, I would be restricted to a particular area. I wanted to reach every single village of this district, and it's only the district position that offers me that.
Honorable.
Yes. I think not just in Uganda, but in the entire world. So Nebbi Central for us here in Nebbi is one of those strong representative cards that we want to sell out to the country. But also, most importantly, it's a breeding ground for our talent back here at home. So we're putting in as much support as we can to see that this talent grows and it goes beyond Nebbi.
We are.
Sorry. According to your submission, it seems like on your side, everything is okay for Ugandan youth and because of President Museveni. My question is, we have seen so many young people voting with your opponent, that's Chagulanyi. Is it because of ignorance, because of peer pressure, or they don't want to know what's going on?
No, certainly not. It is democracy and it is their right. You can't stop them from identifying with the candidate that they feel they want to support. Equally, there are thousands and millions of young people that are moving with President Museveni. Why don't you question that?
To add on that, according to manifesto of Chagulanyi, saying a new Uganda now, do you think Uganda needs a new Uganda now?
And my question is, which one is a new Uganda?
The bad thing that I'm in cameras is for Kashumbari.
I need a better picture to be painted for me to understand a new Uganda. A new Uganda what will a new Uganda be? Will Nebbi stop being Nebbi? Eh?
Okay, this is what they say.
Be?
A new Uganda, everyone will be free to do whatever they want. In a new Uganda, we shall have hospitals with medicine. A new Uganda, we shall have free education. A new Uganda, if you're at campus, immediately after, they will start paying you until you get a job.
That's a new Uganda. A policeman gets 3 million. 1 million?
Yes, that's a new Uganda. So this is a bit old Uganda.
Well, as someone who works for government, and by the grace of God, someone who has the access to sit in quite decisive meetings for this country, I would ask maybe what another person would not ask. I would ask, how would this miraculously happen? What is Uganda's budget? And how would you be able to enforce this? And how long would it take you to actually realize whatever ideal situation you're trying to paint?
So you mean we do not have enough income to make to fulfill what they are saying?
Don't you follow our budget every year? Don't you? It's literally impossible. It's gradually achievable with time, just like President Museveni rightly states it. It is gradually achievable with time, because with time, then you get to fix all the gaps of whatever you have been able to prioritize. When you're talking about free education, in what sense are you speaking about free education? We have university primary education that has been around for how long? We have university secondary education that has been around for how long? We've had government scholarships at the university level that have been around for how long? Do you want evidence of young people that have been beneficiaries of this? Are you saying that they don't exist? Or are you challenging the fact that these programs that already exist can be reviewed? And then, in your sense, whoever is saying that it is a new Uganda, how is your idea of a new Uganda new then? Because you already want to improve what is existing, right? Which even the current government is striving towards polishing what they have already put in place. So what is new about you? We want to hear that one new thing that we have never seen or that we have never tried to put in place. What is that one new thing?
For nothing.
How? Where?
Like the way it was.
Or maybe you can tell us, in a new Uganda, you would have a political party that has no grievances, that has no any irregularities that are being complained about. But I've seen political parties that are barely 10 years old and they're already having irregularities.
Pointing somewhere.
Honorable Minister, on the issue of corruption, even when the president is talking, he acknowledges there is corruption in the country.
Yes.
According to you, what do you think we should do so that we can reduce the corruption rate in the country?
I equally acknowledge that there is corruption in the country. And corruption in the country is in many sectors. It comes in many forms. The only way we can be able to stand as Ugandans and say we are fighting corruption is by ensuring that our patriotism spirit is actually as patriotic as it sounds. Because if government is sending medicines to health centers and then you connive to sell these medicines, who is to blame? If you're working in a ministry and government has allocated resources, say to construct a particular road or to provide for a particular service, social service, and then you swindle that money, who is to blame?
Then the president who picks that person in the government.
Me,
Because he
what-
has the powers.
Me, what I think, because you see, you cannot speak of the president like as if you're speaking of a semi-god that can be everywhere at the same time. Much as we have systems and structures that can lead this information to the president, the issue is by the time the information reaches the president, a lot of damage has been done and a lot of services have been stopped. If we reach at a point where we all love our country as much as we love ourselves, we shall have a better say about corruption. We shall have more moral authority to speak about corruption. If opposition, that is supposed to be the alternative think tank of the country, also registers corruption as one of their challenges, then what do we have to say as a country? I think it's a problem that is binding all of us as citizens, and no one can run away from it. When we are talking about corruption, each and every one of us, at the end of the day, has a role to play.
Let's have more two questions.
Okay.
You know, mineral development is one of those sectors that is only known to those who are interested in the sector. And this is one of the things that I am fighting so hard to break the chains and the darkness under which the sector operates. And by darkness, I don't mean it in the sense of a bad way, darkness of not having knowledge about the sector. Because in the mineral sector, one, it is a sector that many Ugandans are benefiting from. But also two, it is a sector that majority of the people in it are actually young people. But if you don't know about the mineral sector in Uganda, you don't know. And me, I think that is a problem.
But I ask because most of the people they ask me now, what does that woman do?
Exactly.
They don't understand.
I think that's a big problem because the mineral sector being among the ATMs that government identified to anchor development in this country should be as much inclusive and as much knowledge giving to Ugandans as much as possible. Ugandans should be discussing the price of gold like the way they discuss the price of coffee, or like the way they discuss the price of maize. At some point, I heard people were complaining, "Oh, the prices of maize have dropped." Why don't they discuss the price of gold as well? Because they don't even follow through to get to know. Our gold sector is doing so well. We have very many Ugandans. Majority of our miners are artisanal miners, and that simply means they are Ugandans. And most of them have been able to develop from just being artisanal to small-scale miners. And they're the ones who are mining these countries' resources. Away from the foreign investment that we attract to put up the large-scale mines and all, the biggest percentage of people in the mining sector talk about iron ore, talk about gold, talk about limestone, talk about any other mineral that is being mined. There's a lot of tin in Western Uganda. You would find that are actually Ugandans. So we are trying our best as a ministry to see that we give as much visibility as we can about the mineral sector. Maybe that would open it up more and encourage many more Ugandans to come and invest in mineral development.
Thank you so much. So have the last one as we close. You'll generally just answer the questions. As a minister, how do you juggle those tasks? You're also a family woman.
The honest truth is striking a balance between work, constituency, and family is very, very tedious. It's manageable but tedious. Comes with a lot of effort and being intentional. But luckily for me, I have quite a good supportive system in all aspects. My husband is very supportive. My family is very supportive. At the workplace, I have a very supportive team. In the constituency, I have an amazing team as well. So you find that if I am here at this point, if I'm with family, my work is not stalled. If I'm in constituency, my family is also moving on well. So that has helped me balance it. Certainly cannot do it alone. If I am to do it alone, I'll probably be dead by now.
We can't avoid, of course, talking about him, but briefly, when you were campaigning, and campaign, I was like, how did the honorable convince Eddy to go into campaigns?
To campaign for me?
Yes.
I didn't.
Because he was on ground.
I didn't convince him. Eddy has always been very supportive of my career from day one. I think I keep telling him that he's one of the greatest challenges I have because he hypes me a lot. He thinks I can be anything. And I keep telling him I'm not superwoman. He's like, no, you can't even be superwoman if you want. I'm like, no. So he has always been like that. It's just that you guys have just seen him come out now publicly. But he has always been the one. He has always been that one person who is pushing me. Go higher, go higher. You can do this. You can do that. You can do that. Because for him, I think even way before I became a member of parliament, he would insist and be like, "You're going to be a great leader in this country. I know it for sure, and I see it happening." So it's a blessing. It's a blessing to have a partner who believes in you and who proudly associates to see that your dreams are achieved.
I know my spies are now quoting a way before, as Honorable says bye bye to us. Your last message to the majority of Ugandans.
Yeah, I would request them to vote for President Museveni.
That's obvious.
No, it's not obvious. We have to request for the vote, Muna. Someone can say that we did not request them to vote for him. But certainly we are in an electoral period. I subscribe to the NRM party, whose chairman is the President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. We are requesting all Ugandans to rally behind him, support him, and vote him come January, and equally all NRM flag bearers across the country. Because we believe Uganda is a country that we can sustain by ourselves. And the NRM has proven over time that the sustainability of this country is safer in our hands. So we are appealing to all Ugandans to keep the legacy going. Mzee is aging like fine wine. It's becoming better and better as time goes by. And I'm one of those citizens who is very, very confident that we shall miss for 7 years.
Thank you so much.
I have a sensitive question.
That across now we are building a population of mediocrity, of people who are just there,
Yeah.
who are just there.
Meandering.
We are just filling our homes with people whom will grow up with a lot of frustrations, and you have to do a lot of work to mold them to get productive citizens. So Bambi, it is a call to everyone. Teenage pregnancies and early pregnancies and early marriages, is not a situation that we can be proud of as a society. Let it be upon everyone's heart. I keep challenging my friends. Me, on my village where I come from, growing up, there were stories of, oh, this girl has dropped out of school, oh, this one has been impregnated. Right now, come and impregnate a young girl in my village. Come and try.
The rest is
So the question is, are you doing the same in your village? Because you can find that the neighbor next to you is a teenage child who has been married. And you, who has the exposure and education, is their neighbor and you are quiet. And you wake up and even greet yourselves, hey, good morning, neighbor. So really, let us take it as a serious responsibility upon us all, because that is certainly not a problem that can be solved by government. It can't. It is upon us as a people.
Thank you so much, Honorable. Thank you so much, Hon Phiona. That was a very good question as we close this. We're still in Western Uganda. Tomorrow, I think we're going to be in Arua for still.
We are in West Nile.
West Nile. West Nile. We've been preserved, Western Uganda and West Nile. Thank you so much, Nayesh.
West Nile is the only sub-region in the country with the name in English.
In the English, yeah. Thank you. Basabye obugambo obusembayo mu Luganda.
Basaba mulonde President Museveni mu kalulu akaddako lwakuba
Awadde si lwagira.